All right. Well, we are here at the beautiful Buccaneer Hotel on St. Croix with Matt Klein, who is the Chief Commercial Officer of Spirit Airlines. As you know, Spirit Airlines had its inaugural flight to St. Croix recently.
Yes.
You have had flights in St. Thomas before, but you have an additional flight. We want to talk about that and talk about Spirit's foray onto St. Croix, providing additional flights to the Big Island. And just being of service to the territory. How does it feel to finally have flights to St. Croix?
Well, it's wonderful for us. We've been having flights into the Virgin Islands since 2005 into St. Thomas, and we knew it would be a natural extension to come to St. Croix. We had to wait for the right time, and we've been investigating coming to St. Croix and looking at St. Croix for quite some time. After the storms hit last year, we knew that it was time to help St. Thomas get back on its feet and then come into St. Croix and help join communities together, which is what we do. We know how big tourism is here at St. Croix, and that's what we do great at Spirit Airlines, is bring people together and help drive economic growth. That's part of what our mission is.
So let's talk about the flights to St. Croix. We know you got additional flights to St. Thomas upon what you already had. What do we have on St. Croix?
So St. Croix, we run 3 days a week, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And so far, we've been off to a fantastic start.
Excellent.
Flights we were on yesterday were full, and we're looking forward to seeing this grow.
Nice. So you have a media team here, social media team, and you brought them to St. Croix. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Spirit Airlines, we've undergone quite a renaissance in our business overall. We spent a lot of time and effort in investing in our operation. We are now running amongst the best in the industry with on-time performance, and all of our numbers across the board from an operational perspective have really been improving over the last year. We've also been improving in all of our technology and the way that we interact with our customers and how we have a great guest experience, not only at the airport, but on the airplane as well.
Yeah.
And now it's time for us to be able to tell everybody how well we're now doing at Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
And bringing in some of our social media influencers is a way that we can make sure they experience who we are and see how great it is to be on Spirit Airlines, and then also learn what's the best way to be able to bring more go, as we call it, to our guests.
Excellent. So let's talk about rates, and that's a big concern to the residents here. You have different airlines, of course, offering rates, but are your rates competitive?
So, well, actually, on average, we bring 30% lower rates whenever we enter markets. We really grow the market with low fares. And what's great about Spirit Airlines, what we do is give lots of options to our guests. We have very, very low fares to begin with, and then if you want to add a seat assignment or bring bags on your trip, we then let you add those on the best way that you see fit.
Right.
And the best way to really get the most out of your Spirit experience is to make sure that if you do want to add on a bag, bring a carry-on, check a bag in the luggage hold, is you want to do that at spirit.com.
Yeah.
And you want to do that before you get to the airport. So do it when you buy your tickets at spirit.com, add those services in. It's the best way to go, and you'll also save a few dollars if you do it that way.
Excellent. Of course, you've been operating in St. Thomas for quite a while.
Yes.
And you've added some additional flights. So let's talk about that and the grand plan for St. Thomas and the territory overall.
Certainly. So we've been in St. Thomas since 2005. And as we talked about a little earlier, we're now bringing service here. And now we're adding more service to St. Thomas from Orlando starting in November. We'll be running that 3 times a week as well, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And we have a lot of high hopes to be able to bring even more service here to the territories, because we see what's going on now. The response to our new St. Croix service has been fantastic.
Nice.
And we're expecting nothing less for more service, and the Orlando to St. Thomas service is something we're excited about starting up in November.
So the big question there is, are we seeing expansion in the future for St. Croix? Or are we just going to wait and see how that develops?
Well, so I have to say we have to wait and see how it develops.
Right.
But again, what we've seen so far, and this is actually a very normal progression for Spirit Airlines. We start with a few flights per week, watch the service get accepted and grow, and then we tend to add on more after that. And that's generally been how we expand our footprint in places that we start to serve.
All right, awesome, guys. So you're hearing it from Spirit Commercial. What's the title?
Chief Commercial Officer, yes, sir.
Chief Commercial Officer himself, right here on St. Croix at the beautiful Buccaneer Hotel. Of course, providing additional flights, which of course makes for a more competitive market. And so we just really want to say thank you for adding the flights to St. Croix specifically, and of course the additional flights on St. Thomas. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's VI Consortium. Thank you.